Yeah, I keep thinking that quarter number 2 is the most important one of the round just because of the implications that it has on Jack Robinson's ranking. We have a banger to start right here, Chris, between two good friends.
But taking it to Gabriel Medina, you know Joao has been looking up to Gabriel for the entirety of his career. And here we go. He's going to be looking in and seeing Gabriel Medina flying down the line. Huge snap. Come on. Good morning. Buenos dias, Gabriel Medina. Looks like he's straight into what he does best. Terminator mode. Give us another. I love this opening wave from Gabriel Medina. Didn't get the finish, but just gave the judges something to chew on early in the morning.
Well, to me, it's got to be at least in the good range right here. Big floater on the outside from Gabe. Beautiful second turn right there. As precise as he could possibly get right there on that second one. And great combo right there, especially when you talk about being on the backhand out here, Chris. It's really difficult to get those maneuvers in sequence the way he did, especially maintaining that speed. Great variation with the carve. And then tried to force the reverse. The section didn't really stand up. I still feel like this at least has to be above a 6, though. Great start for Medina. Really love the drone angle, just allowing him to use that bottom turn, the pivot off of the bottom to his benefit. It's the pace, the tempo, and we've seen him make the semifinals here before. He's looking for his first victory in 2024, Chris. Could be starting here.
Oh, like this. Under priority, where he thrives. Medina now patiently waiting for this wave to set up. Good opening turn. There's that bash. I mean, how does it feel for J.Chianca when you just turn around and look in and you saw 3, 4 Christmas trees flying out the back of that wave at a 5th? I mean, he's in attack mode. Saw him stretching, warming up before this heat. This is Medina, I think, at his best.
That is an
incredible
wave.
7 turns? I don't have a calculator on me. That was undeniable for the judges. This is home run derby surfing right here. That was good, and then things start getting great.
No, and it just comes to how good he is physically fit. Oh, that's third turn right there. In the pocket, drifts the fins,
Keep
upside
growling.
down. It's not just that. It's the precision that he comes off of the bottom with, and then these maneuvers are just in such a beautiful sequence, well-placed, and then gets the variation right here. You were saying a bit repetitive, and then he does the carve and positions himself in a different angle coming into the last turn right there. Impeccable stuff. And to me, this has to be better than the 6-3-3. We saw a better diversity of attacks, critical sections right here in the combination of major maneuvers. Radical stuff, Chris. I love what we're seeing from Gabe, and we mentioned it before. Critical event right here.
All right, here's your opener for Joao Chianca coming back from injury, looking extra sparky. Couple turns on the outside section. This is one of the fastest surfers on tour. And if you don't see a Mick Fanning influence in Joao Chianca's surfing, yeah, I was a bit naive when I was watching Britt Merrick checking out the surfers in his heats.
Why is that?
Because I said, oh, are you like taking notes and, you know, doing R&D? And he kind of looked at me like, why do you think I'm here? Do you think I'm just a surf fan hanging out watching? Rare mistake for Joao, as we see now. You make a mistake, I mean, you're like a wounded animal on the side of the road, and Gabriel's a vulture. If you make a mistake, he's coming after you. So with both these surfers slipping a little bit down the line, you see the water tint is a little bit more.
He makes this heat. There's a big point difference between a quarter result and a semifinal result. Same thing if you make a final, even if you get second.
And look at that, just using priority. He's a tactical master. Drifting his fins right there. I like that he can just kind of go from power to finesse all in the span of about a second. Big turn there. Look at the bowl on this wave.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Warranted grunt from Mitchell Salazar. Another big one for Medina. He's unstoppable right now. I mean, with 20 minutes left.
Woo! Has to go in with the same exact mentality right here. The wave selection on point right here by Medina. Great use of priority, too. A little stuck on that one. Still was able to drift the fins a little bit. But here, as you said, uses the variation of maneuvers on rail a couple times in a row. That's some beautiful stuff. That turn right there, though.
Stop it.
Into the lip with a lot of aggression. And how about This little floater into the fin drift right here at the end, too. That's some creativity right there, ladies and gentlemen. Great stuff by the 3-time world champ. I can't get over the wave selection here, though. Look at how bowly and steep that section is right there.
It's perfect.
And it's like he's always glued to his board, but the most important thing about it, he knows that he's so confident in his abilities. He can be looking down the line while he's doing the maneuver that he's on right there. And I just think it's really incredible to see him compete at this level for more than a decade right now, Chris. We're looking at another title contender in the blue jersey right here.
I mean, I'm no Gabriel Medina, but I'd really like to try a J.Chianca surfboard. That thing looks perfect. Here we go. Prove us wrong, Joao. Cranks it off the bottom. Nice. Woo-hoo! That's how you want to do a layback. Up and in the critical section, throwing tons of spray. Beautiful carve there for Chianca. Okay.
Game on.
Here we go. I mean, that's the wave he wanted. It did kind of soften up through this mid portion, but he could have a little double up. Takes the low road. Gosh, his carves in the pocket are so sharp. A little bit messy on the finish, but that was a really well-surfed wave. And whip it around as quick as Joao.
Well, majority of the points are going to come from the outside. Just throws the tail and lays back right there on the opener. And then, as you said, these carves in the pocket are just beautiful, really pristine surfing. And then halfway through the wave, right here, just starts to get a little slopey. Still on rail, no doubt, way better than the 3.67. If it at least gets him into the 7-point range, he's back into the seat. And I thought it was just smart to be able to get towards the end of this wave and just get something to put the little cherry on top. But really, it's going to come from the outside. The layback right there, really strong. A maneuver that we haven't seen so far in this heat. Feel like it should score very well, especially when you combine it with this carve right afterwards, too. Great stuff by the younger of the Chianca brothers, Chris.
Well, spray, power, that's what we think of when we see Medina almost going for a wild
sushi roll or rodeo?
Put that bonsai brew break on hold because J.Chianca has just taken off on a terrible wave. Now let's get to that bonsai brew break.
Put it up against the very best in the world. We got to remember this guy was number 4 in the world at the end of 2023.
This could be an 8.70. It might not be, but it could be. It couldn't have been. There is one behind it, so we'll keep our eyes on Medina now. Snap float, comes around a big section.
Ooh.
And goes body surfing for some reason. Is this an 8.70? Starts off with the speed section.
Too deep.
Yeah, you saw Medina right there. He had to do everything he could to stay out of the way. So J.Chianca, valiant effort, did get a 6.57. There's the sportsmanship we like to see. All right, so we're friends in the end, right? That's a nice moment. Both those surfers put in full effort. And I mean, the smile on Joao's face, look, he's stoked to be back, and he realized what just happened.
Game recognized game, and Gabe coming out of the water, you saw Iago's wave, immediately recognized, oh, he did something good, and the look in your eyes was, hey, I'm ready for that. How fired up are you for this day?
Yeah, the waves are really good out there. I'm happy to make the first heat, and yeah, Iago did sick air. He's so good, and yeah, hopefully he can make it so we have a good goofy heat.
And for you, we're in the back half of the year, which seems to be a time that you thrive. The last 2 title runs, you've really hit your stride, finishing outside the semifinals in only one of the final 8 events in those years. 2 events into this one, you've locked your spot here in the semis here. What is it about you that you're able to meet the moment and elevate your surfing when the pressure is on?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, but I kind of like to surf in pressure. And yeah, I'm just focused on myself, you know. I'm not thinking about anything else. I just want to enjoy my time in the water. And yeah, it's time to do work, you know. I really want to be in the finals. I want to have a shot. Feel like 2021 was a long time ago, so I can't wait.
Another step closer. We'll let you get reset for the next one.
Yeah, thank you. I'll rest a little bit. Thanks.